Hi, thank you very much to the organisers of Engaging with Web Archives for this opportunity to present my work to you today. I am a doctoral student based at King's College London and undertaking a collaborative degree with the British Library. Alongside my PhD research, I have been curating the Russia and the UK Special Collection within the UK Web Archive. This collection consists of websites created for and by the Russian-speaking diaspora in the UK today, and it reflects the online presence of the Russian community within the UK web space. It currently contains 115 records of websites and individual web pages. It is one of the special collections which help researchers to navigate the large number of web pages which are captured by the UK Web Archive each year. I will discuss the need to document curatorial practices in the creation of special collections to ensure that clear selection parameters can be maintained over time, ensuring that building the collection further is sustainable and that the collection process may be available to future researchers. In drafting guidelines for the curation of a special collection, I have reflected on my own learning curve in curating the culturally themed Russia in the UK collection. The collection contains websites from across the UK in both Russian and English. It aims to cover a representative sample of web pages created by the Russian-speaking diaspora in the UK, including institutional websites such as schools, religious groups, cultural and academic organizations, as well as businesses such as restaurants and cafes. While many of these archived sites point primarily to offline groups and activities, there are also a number of community advice forums and blogs which reflect a busy online community. I have found that identifying the audience for a website is important to establishing its relevance to a culturally themed collection. However, this is not always straightforward. The Russia in the UK collection reflects the diverse audiences imagined for websites among the Russian diaspora in the UK, including Russophone and Anglophone audiences and groups beyond the Russian community. This broad target audience reflects the difficulty in distinguishing the boundaries of a cultural group within the UK for such a web archiving collection. Special collections benefit from the subject-specific knowledge of curators and researchers. It is seldom possible to capture the online presence of a community in its entirety, so careful curation aims to select a representative sample of web pages. As a curator, I determined the scope of the Russia in the UK collection as a collection focusing on the inclusion of websites created by Russians and Russian speakers living in the UK. Setting the scope determines the theme which guides the collection building process and the selection criteria which web pages will need to meet for inclusion. Though the initial parameters of the collection have shifted as the collection grew, it is still led by the idea of bringing together websites focused on a specific cultural community within the UK and primarily created for that audience. For a special collection, curators also determine whether relevant websites fall within UK non-print legal deposit legislation, ensuring that websites which would not be captured during the annual domain crawl, but nevertheless form part of the UK web space, are included in the UK Web Archive. Curators of special collections also ensure that the necessary metadata is recorded, including the translation and transliteration of titles and descriptions in other languages where necessary, and adjust the crawl frequency specifications. Special collections also play a role in assuring the quality of captured web pages, as curators are able to work with and assess a finite collection of captured web pages. The websites which form the collection were manually selected beginning in November 2017. I sought to balance the weight of my own personal experience as a student of Russian in British universities by consulting a list of diasporic institutions provided on the Russian Embassy in the UK's website. The list mostly includes Russian language schools, official organizations, and religious groups. The websites of institutions and organizations in the life of the Russian diaspora in the UK are more visible online than the websites of smaller, community-led initiatives. Unfortunately, many cultural organizations have migrated to social media sites, which are difficult to capture. In order to balance the representation of community initiatives and blogs in the collection, other methods which I have used in identifying web pages relevant to the Russia in the UK collection include researching organizations and businesses which are advertised in Russian language newspapers published in the UK, following links to partner organizations for small businesses, and groups which are mentioned on social media, cultural forums, and blogs. Not every website in the Russia in the UK collection is new to the UK Web Archive. and special collections often overlap. Some websites relevant to this collection were captured by the UK Web Archive's annual domain crawl or added by curators to other special collections, and in the cases of such websites, I have added a new tag in order to include them in the Russia and the UK collection as well. As the cultural community reflected in a special collection is to a great extent constructed through the act of preservation, making the curatorial decisions behind a collection visible becomes increasingly important. The Russia in the UK collection is now public but still growing. In creating a curatorial guide, I hope to use my own experience to guide new curators through the decisions which determine the relevance, scope, and quality of Web Archive collections. Through writing this guide, I have also documented the process behind the creation of the Russia in the UK collection. And in documenting the creation of this collection, I hope to enable future researchers to explore and contribute to the record of the online activity of the Russian diaspora in the UK, and to question curatorial and research practices. Thank you very much for listening.